Some of you all have no idea of what cloning is about. You can't comprehend or mustard what I'm getting ready to tell you. Okay? So enjoy the ride. So some of y'all think cloning only exists in the entertainment world. That's not true. It has nothing to do with the industry. Why is cloning is needed? They started the cloning process in 1945. One of the reasons they killed JFK because JFK decided we didn't need to clone humans. And they said, come on, Jay, stop BSing. And they saw that he was serious. It was two reasons why they killed JFK. He was against Vietnam. He felt like it was a useless war. And he found out that what they were cloning people, he wanted to expose the Illuminati. And they said, damn it, it's time for him to go. And of course, he was a white guy. You don't think the reptile is real? The reptile is very real. You don't think lizards are from the demigods exist? The only way that these demigods can live, they have to get into a human format because their life as reptiles is only so long. They have to be able to be in a human format to live for a long time. And once they get in a human format, they clone that human over and over again. Did y'all know that Gaddafi is not dead? He was cloned. I'm going to lay it on you because a lot of y'all think you want to hear some good stuff, but sometimes y'all just want entertainment. I'm not entertainment. I'm going to give it to you from the hip. Farrakhan is chipped. He got the same chipping process as Gaddafi. And I wouldn't be surprised if they clone Farrakhan and kill the real Farrakhan. And y'all probably saying, well, yeah, that don't make sense. Why would they want to kill Farrakhan and keep because they want to work his mind? The man is very intelligent. See, a lot of times they want to keep you alive just to pimp your brain. And when they put you under hypnosis and MLK and they can chip you, you totally submissive to them. Do you know when they put a chip in your body that they can go all the way back 30, 40 years and you can tell them things that you didn't want to tell them? This is how powerful their technology is. And by the way, white men are not that damn smart. Neither are these Jewish men. They're getting all this from the demigods, Satan, fallen angels. The Lord gave Satan who? Earth. The land been given to the hand of the wicked. Who is the wicked? Satan. Satan have many employers out there. Cloning is one. Reptiles is another. They live in you. And most of these creatures that live in human bodies are reptiles. But once they become of human, they can stay in their human body for a very long time. But if that human body were to get crashed or killed, which they wouldn't because they got powers, don't get it twisted. Okay? But if they did, they have about 5 more lined up. The first cloning may take, when they first clone a human being, it takes 3 to 6 months. Maybe sometimes a year, depending on the technology. But usually, with the technology they got, between 6 to 7 months to clone a human being. They need their tissues, their brain cells and all that. They'll clone a human. Okay? After that first human is cloned, they can clone you every hour thereafter. So if they want to make 20 of you, they could. If they want to make 10 of you, they could. When you saw Saddam Hussein, that was not the real Saddam Hussein. He did not die like that. Okay. They didn't have no need for Saddam. They got rid of Saddam in the early 90s, but they were using his clones to have fun with you, to be amused. That was not the real Saddam, but he acted just like him. I got some more news for you. Michael Jackson is not dead. Michael clone is dead, but Michael Jackson is not dead. Michael Jackson doesn't look anything the way he did. The slim Michael Jackson, because they know that's what y'all like. The Michael Jackson that y'all saw dancing with James Brown, that was a clone. They had to keep fixing on it because the clone was breaking down. He wasn't going into surgeries. See, clones also can't gain weight. So basically what they did, they had to keep doctoring on the clone of Michael who was alive. The one that was dancing with Michael, the dance with James Brown. Okay, that Michael Jackson, that wasn't the real Michael. Matter of fact, the when they cloned it, Michael, that clone clones don't grow hair. So in other words, however they clone you, whatever you have, that's how you're going to come out. That's just how the clone produce. So in other words, if you're a person that have long hair, however they clone you, that's how the clone going to look. When they cloned Michael Jackson, his hair was never attached because the first Michael Jackson that was cloned, his head was 3rd to 4th degree burn in Pepsi commercial. He lost half his head. I mean, it wasn't gone, but it was very badly burnt. Michael Jackson looked like a monster. Okay, and he was still slim. So they cloned him while he was under the knife. And when they cloned him, they needed 2 years to remake him because he didn't look nothing like Michael Jackson. I don't know if y'all can peep game. So when they cloned him, they had to make him lighter and make up this skin disease because his skin didn't look the same. His body, they changed everything about him. In the end, when Michael was looking really, really bad, the clone body was breaking down because clones don't think like humans. Clones have to have people around them to tell them what they do because they get adolescence. They can't think properly. It's called handlers, right? So when Michael started to break down, his body was breaking down. His nose was artificial. I don't know if y'all noticed. Go back and Google Michael Jackson nose. It looks like a robot because it wasn't him. All right. His whole head was a wig. It was a cap because when they first cloned Michael, he didn't have any hair. It all burnt off in the Pepsi commercial. They put Michael in a capsule and cloned him. Brought him back 2 years as the clone, and Michael Jackson was watching all of this like, I can't believe they're doing this. So what happened to Michael? He just lived his life. Michael Jackson is still alive. He's already appeared on TV, but y'all didn't even know who he was. Go back and watch the CNN of Larry King, the guy with the glasses with the real bad burnt victim that played like Michael Jackson Satan when he was a kid. That's Michael Jackson. It burned him so bad it disfigured him. It tore up his skin. It did everything to him. You understand what I'm telling you? And also, after Michael was cloned, the real Michael Jackson, they bleached his skin so he would look nothing like Michael. If you look at the dude who was on Larry King telling you about his childhood, how Michael Jackson helped him, he looks just like Michael. Just look in his eyes. That's Michael Jackson. He's disfigured. That's how he looked when he got done with the Pepsi commercial. And they knew the world wasn't ready to see that Michael Jackson, so they had to keep him alive. Remember what I said prior. They've been cloning since 1945. So Michael comes back 2 years later. He looks nothing like the real Michael Jackson, but people buy into it. He can still dance because the clones is good mimicker. They're good at mimicking, man. That's what they do. So he got all his moves, but he was a little bit stiffer. I don't know if y'all look at the old Michael and then look at the new Michael. He's a little bit stiffer. Okay. Now, when Michael first came back, didn't nobody really know how to take it. All right. Because I can't recall if Billie Jean came out before the Pepsi commercial. But Michael sold his soul way before then because he did the Wiz commercial when Billie Jean wasn't even thought of. When he did the Wiz play, when he said you can't get in, you can't get out the game, Michael sold his soul a long time ago because Joe Jackson sold his children out long ago, and Joe Jackson forced his kids to have sex with Berry Gordy and Quincy Jones and amongst the other executive producers. Them boys was molested long ago. That's about Michael. Is Tupac alive? Huh. Remember when I told you Tupac was dead? Yeah, Tupac did die. I was correct. I stand correct. And I quote that and I stand by that. But years later, I found out that wasn't the real Tupac. That was his clone. I mean, I know when you first hear this shit, how you feel. Because I feel the same way. I like this bullshit. Right? That's the first thing you're going to say. These motherfuckers of the elite. This Illuminati. These, Lord knows, The Father going, if the Lord has to intervene soon, because they're fucking monsters. These people are fucking monsters. And what I'm saying is, here's the kicker. Satan is already, the Lord hasn't let Satan go all the way, but they already doing what they do. Man, goddamn, since 1945, they've been cloning? Really? And this shit is real, man. Anybody they feel that's talented, very talented, they ain't gonna let you die. Not if you work for them. They ain't gonna let you go. Tupac, yes, they wanted Tupac's brain. They wanted him to stay around so they can manipulate. Now, how they do when they clone, man, Tupac could be anywhere underground, living as the Illuminati has him under, patrol. Like, they have underground dungeons. And these underground dungeons is not as bad as you think. They have a playground. They have fake grass. All of that stuff. They have shopping mall. I'm telling you what I know. A lot of people who you don't see no more that was once famous are living there right now. They grow old. The point of the matter is when they sell their soul, they don't want to die. Tupac never wanted to die. He sold his soul long ago. Okay? And y'all want to know this? Did he mess with transgenders? Let's put it this way. The executive producers who pretty much put Tupac in movies had sex with him. So in essence, they gave him fellatio, and then Pac had to pop them. And I know y'all don't want to hear that because that's y'all man. That's Tupac. But he is no better than the rest of them. He messed with gay men the way the rest of them have done. That's not a one person in Hollywood have not followed the trends. You see Wu-Tang, right? You think they all hard. You don't think Method Man been in the bed with Jewish men because he have. Now, if to look at that brother, he hardcore, huh? That dude been in man, please, with transgenders as well. Kevin Gates, same thing. He's a switch hitter. He'll play hard when he come on 106. What I want to say, the Breakfast Club. He always, man, my wife, she want to play with my booty, and I was like, I ain't down with that. That's dead giveaway. Ain't nobody talking about booty. But see, a man that intertwined with other men, he brings up gay scenarios to make himself don't look gay, but realistically he is gay. But he figured if he put it out there, he protects his masculinity. But really, he is a switch hitter. Kevin Gates is bisexual. All right? And he worships Satan on a regular. He's just like the rest of them, and he drink blood. He's been cloned too. He has to go to the clone lab to get chipped. All of them been chipped. And y'all probably say, well, what's the point of chipping them? So they stay under mind control. They know what they saying. They know what they thinking. They program them. That's why when you see Al Roker, the news reporter, when Al was, y'all saw him, when he was doing that commercial, he was speaking live and he just looked like he went into total shock. They cut his chip off. And they did that deliberately just to see, does it work? And they laughed at everything is a joke to these guys. They monsters, man. When they cut that man's chip off, it was a laughing time. Like, look at him. You see this? Then they flipped it back on. It works.